topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Mindset Marketing Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry. With your host, Marie Mason.
Marie, you didn't dance today.
I know. I was trying to get the Vicks to behave because my nose has been running up like a sieve today. And all this week, it's because of the allergy seasons. Oh my goodness. I don't know what we're going to do when it comes to the summer.
Me too. Look at this tissue.
Oh, I get that. Totally. I empathize. Totally. So anyway, well, welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show.
Hello, while we blow our nose. Hello.
So join us as we're all dealing with the spring season. And with your host, Marie Mason, and our lovely, talented co-host, Cheryl Bernstein.
Hello.
And I am just excited about today's show and today's speaker. And I wanted to show, guess what? It came. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, the mug
marketing.
came.
Okay, take your fingers off the logo.
There. So it's a Marketing Mindset
Look at how
Mastery.
beautiful.
And then the person that helped me design it actually was Amika Adams. She was one of our guests back in the fall. And Mark Hunter is my web developer. So he helped me get that loaded up on the website because, well, let's just put it this way. It wasn't that some of the choices we had weren't acting very friendly. So we had to find different routes. But we got it up and running for last week's show. So it's now.
So good.
I did an unveiling of the packaging with a YouTube video. So I'll go check out the YouTube channel. But oh my gosh. I can't believe it's actually here. So
it's really beautiful. It's got a beautiful gleam to it. And I remember when you first talked about this, it was just an idea. You know, this is how things get created. It was an idea. She got together with Amika and they made it happen. And now it's a thing.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's a thing.
It's all planning. It's all about planning. So someone said I haven't finished designing anything yet. Oh, that must be Amika. So thanks, Amika. Glad you're on the show with us today. So anyway.
Beautiful work, Amika. Really nice.
Yes, she did a great job. So I wanted to make sure that Mark also got some congratulations on that. That was a really, really nice gift. But oh my gosh, we have such a great show. But before we get going, you know we always have something else to share. So I want to tell everybody that I am launching a new webinar on April 20th, and it's going to be like a web from 4 to 5 p.m. East Coast time on April 20th, and it's titled The 5 Steps to Fill Your Webinar with Your Ideal Audience. Who does not need that?
Filling a webinar. I mean, you can create the webinar, you can be fabulous, you can have a beautiful offer, but if you don't get what we call butts in seats, people attending.
Yep. Then what's the point, right?
Yeah.
So that's the next step. And a lot of it has to do with the marketing strategy and the marketing tactics and how you reach your audience. But there's a little bit more about that. So what they're going to learn is how to create a teaser video to promote your webinar on social media. And also through your email list. You can also share them in your email lists. And then you're going to learn how to create a series of effective story-based email campaigns so that you can turn them into social media posts as well.
Story-based. Very good.
And that's the relationship approach that I use with my clients. So it'll be the exact same method I use for them. And then you're going to learn how to write copy, a short copy for a reminder email message so that will increase your chances to attend your audience retention. They're going to come to your webinar most likely if you send them reminders. Because I know about you, but I know I don't always show up to my dental appointments or doctor appointments unless I have a reminder. And I keep trying to tell them, tell me a week in advance, not just 24 hours in advance, because I'll forget. So anyway,
yes, lots of reminders because we have the best intentions. I mean, there are things I sign up for and I want to go.
And you forget.
Because we get busy. We forget.
We do. We do indeed. That's why we have to have the reminders. And then they're going to learn how to write a clear copy for their landing page so they can increase the registrations to your webinars, and then learn to promote your webinars through various sources. That I won't say anything about that until the webinar. So you have to come and watch it for that. So I am going to have a short little link here that you can go ahead and
I think it's
register.
on
It is.
going across the bottom. Yep.
Oh, good. It's HTTPS.
No, maybe not.
I don't know if that I said that one in on time. So https:// is bit.ly.com. And sorry, not .com. It's bit.ly. Sorry, I'm so used to saying .com when it's not. So let me say that again. https://
You forgot the slash.
bit.ly 2p3hmqo. Did I just forget the slash again? It'll be up on the YouTube channel.
Be up on the channel. I don't think people are going to be able to remember and write this down as you say it.
No.
So.
Even if it's short, I'm sorry. I cannot read.
Well, it's the letters and number combos.
Yes. And I don't know why Bitly does that. It's just very confusing to me. But anyway, you will be able to register for that and then get the information you need. And there's a short little teaser video on the landing page, just to let you know. So anyway, and Cheryl, do you have anything for us today? I mean, you want to talk about the radio shop or
the radio shop?
Yeah.
You mean about the swag? The swag that we have?
Yeah.
There is wonderful swag, gift items, merchandise, merch. It's our merch. After a concert, the merch is what everybody wants. So we've got our merch, beautiful cups, mugs like the one Marie is holding, and a shorter one in white. I think I would choose for me, it'd be the shorter white one. And t-shirts, sweatshirts, dog bed, water bottle, caps, cute little baseball caps, whole bunch of great stuff. Journals, I think. Is there a journal? I'm not sure.
I think it's more of a notebook, but they can use it as a journal. So yeah.
Notebook, all kinds of great stuff. And do we have where we go to see that?
Yes, it's at basically you go to libertyvirtualsolutions.com/shop. That should take you to our shop. So
libertyvirtualsolutions.com/shop.
Exactly. Easy peasy. So yes. So and if they need
and the prices are great. Prices are very reasonable.
Yeah, we kept it as reasonable as possible, but all the proceeds are going to go to help support our show to keep it on the air. So, and they're great gifts too. They could do it. One of the things that our speaker is going to talk about is if you guys got to, if you want to do like birthdays, anniversaries, special little mementos that you need for put it in the Easter baskets coming up on April 4th. Send them like Mother's Day gifts. Those would make great Mother's Day gifts. But you know what? Our guest is going to actually be talking about some great ways to serve your customers tonight. So we have to bring him up pretty soon. So would you like to do the introductions?
I would love to do the introductions for today's Marketing Mindset Mastery radio show, everybody. We have a wonderful guest. His name is Eric Ganz, and he is a public speaker, and his background is in sales and in PR, which is what we all need. Today's topic is about customer appreciation at your fingertips. So make sure you listen to us every Thursday here at 6 p.m. And right now, I want to welcome Eric Ganz to the show. Hello, Eric. Very happy that you're here. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So did you get to hear a little bit about our bantering and get to see our mugs?
Our mugs.
I did. And I delay.
I think you just muted yourself.
We do have a delay. I just want to tell everybody there is a little bit of a delay.
You guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, and the reason why I brought you up.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it.
We'll be fine. We'll make it work. So,
Okay.
welcome, and we appreciate you being here. And I'm so excited because you're going to show us how to do some customer appreciation, because that's one of the things we were kind of alluding to with our shop. But you have a shop too, and are going to be sharing some valuable tips about that as well. So is that correct?
Yes, I have a wonderful service that I represent where from the comfort of your phone and or computer, you can create custom greeting cards as well as gifts. And coffee mugs are one of our most popular. In my case, it would be a hot chocolate mug. I'm not exactly a fan of coffee like the rest of the world is, but a mug is a mug is a mug, and you could design them to your heart's content. It's a lot of fun.
And the good thing is you don't have to have just coffee. You could have tea. I actually have a cold drink in this one today because it's a little warm out there. But oh my gosh, mugs are universal.
Matter of fact, I've seen people use mugs for pen and pencil holders on their desk and never put any liquids in.
Totally. You could use it for a plant. You could use.
Yeah.
Hey, you could be as creative as you want to be. You could even put a couple of tennis balls in there.
I actually have seen people take the mugs and put like little candies in there and then tie them up with a bow and stuff, have like some kind of decorative tool. And then they have like a decorative bow and they give them away as like holiday gifts or like teachers' gifts and stuff like that. So that's an interesting perspective for an idea to use a mug. So let me ask Eric a little bit about what is it, I guess the key question I'm going to have for you today, the first question I'm going to have for you today is what made you decide to go into doing the business you're in? And tell us what you do first, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I'm a 62-year-old man. Hopefully, I look okay, and
You look
I've
great.
been in sales I've been in sales for 40 years, and I was a public speaker in my early 20s. There's almost nothing I haven't sold. And I was introduced to a company in this industry about 13 years ago. And the company I represent, I was introduced to about a little over 2 years ago. And it's an awful lot of fun because my primary customers would be entrepreneurs, individual, salespeople, independent contractors, what have you, realtors, insurance agents, you name it. I just fell in love with the idea because customer retention is about as important as acquisition. I mean, it's one thing to acquire a customer, but if they come in the front door and leave out the back, you really haven't gotten anything. So, and I think we all know that it's about 5 times more expensive to replace customers than to keep them. So, too many people feel as led by the people who, whether it's whatever the industry, my salesperson only calls me when it's time to make a sale. So I just love the idea that from the comfort of your computer, phone, you can create cards and gifts. You can have a lot of fun. And these all can be done one at a time. So it's a fun to sell. It doesn't compete with any business. It actually just it helps. And let's face it, it's in a life because Mother's Day is coming up soon. There's a holiday around. Just create a reason to send someone a card or a gift. I was just thinking of you. I hope that answered the question a little bit.
So Eric, how would it work? I could make a gift or a card that's specific to my one particular client.
You could have, I don't know. I could show you some examples, but if on, and again, I apologize for the delay. Maybe my computer is as old as me, but through our website, when you open an account with our company, you can pretty much be as creative to your heart's content, and you could do coffee mugs, water bottles, thermoses, are from just if I say myself, and you could customize them. You could do them all one at a time. You could take pictures of someone's Facebook page on a brown paper, for instance. You could do the same thing with the mug. Our logo will never appear on any of our items unless you personally want it there. So you have the ability to be very creative. So in essence, to give you an analogy, we're handing you the paintbrush, the paint, and easel. You're going to get your masterpiece. We're simply going to mail it or ship it for you.
That's
wow.
awesome.
So you just go, you create it and you guys send it off. That's all you do. I would just go somewhere, create the thing, That's all I do. You send it off. Wow.
Well, I mean,
Save on
obviously, you'll open. Yes, you'll open an account with our company, and but yeah, and it's pretty much that easy. That you can sift through the card catalog, the gift catalog. You can create. You can buy designs if you don't feel like being creative on your own. If you're a little lazy, like I very often. Yeah,
that sounds great.
It's really a lot of fun.
What's the name of your company?
It's the name of the company is Mailbox Power, and if I may be so bold as to give my code so I can still continue to buy groceries, my personal invitation link would be mailboxpower.com/capital S as in Samuel, capital G as in George, the number 3, capital T as in Thomas, V as in Victor, Y as in yellow. And you must use that 6-digit invitation code or I will starve to death.
Oh, we don't want that.
And it is actually going on the ticker below our pictures.
Great. Perfect.
So I was able to get that into Rebel on time. So
yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Great.
So,
well, that sounds like so much fun.
Yes, that's called my. But believe it or not, Cheryl, I must tell you, I have compliments galore for people who have thanked me for getting them to use the service. I've had people post pictures on Facebook, post on my Facebook wall. A 27-year-old insurance agent posted on my Facebook wall last year about how his customers are raving about the brownies. They want to buy them in batches. What an awesome service. It was totally unsolicited.
Brownies? Did you say brownies?
They have brownies.
Did I say brownies? Yes, I did.
Did you?
I make them
too. Order for
would you like to see a picture? Would you like to see a picture of a customer?
If you just show it in the in your view screen, you could do that. Yeah, that'll be great.
This being very dangerous.
I hope no one loses their appetite because I'm going to be on the brownie. But so hold on a second.
I can see me ordering for myself. Sending.
Yes. Yeah, I totally get that. Hey, Cheryl, I make a meat brownie. I'll happy to send you some. Just give me your address.
Here's a. Can you see this? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wait, hold it further. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
That's not a brownie, though.
That's myself and 2 friends.
Yes.
That is a brownie. That we customized the brownie wrapper. That's a brownie wrapper.
Oh, that's the wrapper.
And then we can see the brownie underneath it.
Oh, how fabulous is that?
Yes.
That is great.
I'll show you another one. Here's and as I like to say, if your name is Jillian, this brownie's got your name written for it. I don't know if you am I holding it correctly?
Oh, you are so
cool. Need to do it a little bit closer to you.
Gourmet brownie baked especially for Jillian. Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is really cool. That is really cool.
Now for those of you that are into health, here's a brownie, a gluten-free brownie.
Gluten-free. That's great.
Yes.
I love it. How long does it take from ordering to getting a brownie? Because I'm going to order it right now.
It's going to sound well. Let me just correct your language. It's not you're ordering it; you're actually creating it. So obviously, you're not creating the literal brownie. You're creating like a Susie Bake Easy Bake Oven,
right? With the light bulb.
No. The brownies are in stock, and you can customize the label. I'll give you a story. Last year, I posted about the brownies on my Facebook page, and I'll answer your question in a second. And a friend of mine writes, "So where are my brownies?" And I wrote, "Well, where's your address? I mean, the system has one glitch. We need an address." So I went to the Facebook page, and there was a photo with her and Bruce Springsteen, and I put that picture on a card and 2 brownies. She got it in about 4 days. Couldn't thank me enough for the brownies, but the moral of the story is she saved an empty brownie wrapper for 3.5 months. And it was because I was able to personalize. I imagine if it had my company logo on it, probably would have been tossed in the garbage very quickly. But because I was able to make it something that she valued, she saved it for 3.5 months. So to answer your question, if you create a I let's say by 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, it'll be at the post office and or the shipping, facility the next business day. And obviously from there, we have no control over it. But, generally, I would say 3 or 4 days, you'll have it in your hand. Please hold me to it, because I don't, and I will coming up when the day. You may want to give yourself a couple of extra days, just in case.
Especially around the holidays, because it gets a little busy, I'm sure.
Eric, I have to tell you how
busy times.
It is so fun to get something in the mail these days, because we haven't been going out and seeing people in person, and just getting something in the mail, because we have so much email, so much is done online. Getting a real thing in the mail is so fun. It's so special. It really is wonderful.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you believe it or not, if I may be so brag about our service, you can even customize the envelopes. So they don't have to be just a plain white envelope. You could put pictures on them. I can show you an example. Of course, my ugly face would be on it, but you have to look past that. But yes, it is the personal touch. I try. Even I have a daughter who's a millennial, and she's even come to the realization that a real card is a lot easier to put on the refrigerator or in a scrapbook than an e-card.
This is true. Sometimes we run out of ink. Go figure that. So yeah, that's a great point. So
something tangible is very nice, and it cuts through I can tell you a zillion success stories on how I can pass the quote unquote gatekeeper by sending a card or a gift. Someone who wouldn't answer an email, maybe went to spam, maybe they just woke up with 100 emails on their, and they didn't even want to go through all of them. So if they didn't recognize the person in the title, they just deleted it. But a real envelope cuts through the clutter.
This is true, especially one that's personalized. And the key thing, right, you pointed out was that personalization is what's going to attract also retain the interests of your clients. Is that what your point is? Having like a personalized.
It's a lot of fun being a salesman, getting thank yous from your customers. It's not really, that's not the way they write it in the handbook. The salesman's supposed to thank the customer, but when the customer thanks the salesman, can I show you the post that was on my Facebook page?
Yeah.
We have time for that. We have time for that. And then we'll have to go to commercial. And then we'll have to close out for the commercial break and bring you back up on the second half. So yes. Do you have that available?
Well, this was from a 27-year-old insurance agent. He posted on my Facebook wall on September 11th. I'm going to block his name for his but here you go.
Just sent out another blast of brownies. Our clients are loving them and want to buy them in batches. Awesome service. That's great.
Thanks for that.
Great.
Awesome. That's perfect. Well, I want to thank Eric Ganz for sharing valuable tips on how for our audience and how to get basically how to retain customers in a very unique way. And he's got some more valuable tips that he's going to share with us on the second half of the show, and how you can retain that. And if anyone has questions, please feel free to type them either on the YouTube channel chat or our Facebook chat. So I just want to say that ends this segment of our show. We're listening to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with your host, Marie Mason, and my lovely co-host, Cheryl
I want a brownie.
I know, me too. I may have to make some tonight. So we will be right back. We're going to
I want a brownie
right now.
We're taking a short break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Marketing Mindset Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry, with your host, Marie Mason. The show is brought to you by Liberty Virtual Solutions. We work with business coaches and speakers to help them market and host their webinars and upsell their coaching programs and develop heart-centered relationships with their audience. Welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Show with your host, Marie Mason, a premier podcast that helps you master your marketing skills.
Okay, I was doing the bebopping thing.
We are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
And welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with your host, Marie Mason, and our lovely and talented co-host, Cheryl Bernstein. Our
That's me.
guest is Eric Ganz, and he's a public speaker, has a background in sales, personnel, and PR. And today's topic is about customer retention at your fingertips. So make sure you listen to us every Thursday live at 6 p.m. Eastern, right here at W4CY.com. And the podcast channel, don't forget to subscribe and check that out. And also our Facebook page. So take it away, Eric. Welcome back. I want to hear some more about how we can retain our customers. Is there some tips? I mean, as far as what do you recommend us to do first? Should we send them brownies first, or?
Well, I think what you should do is you could call me up or go to my website. No, but I will say that the only piece of advice, the most common piece of advice that I give, this really is not rocket science, because we've all heard the phrase, it's the thought that counts. So you really can't go wrong doing anything positive if it's coming from your heart. I would just suggest, especially from a business standpoint, since that's primarily my customer base, business people, just make your gift and or card, make it more about the recipient than about yourself. You know, so I mean, when you send a gift, it's your gift. You can do what you want, and it's certainly okay to put your company logo on it. But my feeling is people are cynical enough as it is, even upon receiving a gift. Oh, that person must have an ulterior motive. But it's in the presentation. So if you send them a gift and if you are going to include your logo, I'd minimize the logo and make the picture of their child or their dog or their whatever, their favorite tree, much more prominent than I would your own logo. So again, just make it more about the recipient than about you. They know you're advertising yourself. You don't have to be too grotesque about it. So that's really my only piece of advice.
You don't have to rub their nose.
That's exactly right, Marie. That's correct.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So, Cheryl, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I was fascinated when you first were speaking to us earlier. You said there isn't anything you haven't sold. So I imagine you're a very good.
I mean, obviously that's a slight. It's a big world out there. So
well, I mean, you know that, but what I was going to get at is obviously you're a very good salesman. You know about sales. You've been in it for a long, long time. What do you think the key to good salesmanship is? And you might have already said it in what you talked about in sending things. It's all about the customer. But do you have some tips about salesmanship?
Yes, I would. If you can't tell from my lovely accent, I'm a born and bred New Yorker. Sometimes that to be a little hard on people's ears. I try to make it a little less distasteful. But that being said, one of my philosophies is I try never to talk down to anybody. When my daughter, no matter how old my daughter was, I never talked down to her to my best ability. I don't like to insult people's intelligence. I think you should assume people are smarter than you may think they are. I think people can see through phoniness. And I think that one of the best things you could do is underpromise and overdeliver. First of all, better to come out a hero than overpromise and come out a fool. And to quote, I don't know who said it, but better to keep quiet and be thought the fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt. So I just, I think persistency is certainly a good trait because, and these are not my statistics, I've just memorized them through the years. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. Follow-up, persistence, generally when someone says no, generally they mean not yet. That's been my experience because people's situations change in life. I'm a cliche encyclopedia, but cliches are cliches for a reason. And
have a
I
little
would
bit
just,
of
you know,
extra truth to them.
Yeah, I would just treat people the way you want to be treated. Just be honest with them. Don't make up answers, because it's only going to come back. It's bad business. It's just going to come back to bite you. Um, and yes, we've all heard people do business with those they like, know, like, and trust. Everyone has a different personality, but just play to your strengths and consistency, I should say. But of all of them, I would say under promise and over deliver. Just do more than what's expected. And but listen, the worst that'll ever happen is someone will leave with for lack of a better phrase, a good taste in their mouth.
Like a
And even
brownie.
if you don't do business,
Like a brownie.
like a brownie, correct. Well, we also have some great cookies, and so I don't want to just limit it to brownies. But yes, but the fact is, even if you don't do business then, and you don't burn a bridge because you've treated someone with respect, there's always another chance to do business with someone, or at least get a referral. So
That's
I love
brilliant.
that. Wonderful, wonderful tips. Wonderful
Yeah.
tips.
Eric and I actually met at a virtual networking conference, and one of the things that we both liked what we said about each other's businesses in a short 2 minute, literally 2 minutes intro, is what we had, and we got to talking afterwards, and he showed me his website that was on the ticker below, and oh my gosh, I fell in love with the products. So especially the brownies. That was the first thing that got my attention, Cheryl. So can you imagine? So yeah. I'm also known as a brownie lady too at my son's schools, but I was the mom that always brings brownies. So I guess in a pinch, I can always order some ahead. So for those moments,
Perfect.
yeah, those are good ideas. But
listen,
no, I love.
there's nothing wrong with instant gratification. Brownie
Yep,
provides instant gratification.
It does.
exactly.
And it
So
tastes good and it feels good and it reminds you of childhood and it's
and it's
wonderful.
chocolate.
Chocolate.
It belongs in that fifth food group that everyone forgets to talk about. Anything that's chocolate and desserts. I'm just saying. Everyone always talks about the 4 food groups. There should be 5. So anyway,
You know what's fun? Listen, I'm not going to kid you. I have an ulterior motive like everybody else. I want to make sales and do business, but I'll tell you something that's fun. When I have sent brownies to sales offices, real estate, insurance, what have you, no matter how full somebody is, even if they've just eaten a big lunch, generally speaking, some way, somehow they'll bite off a little piece of brownie and scotch tape the wrapper for later, but they just want to get a taste of it, so they'll know how good it is. So
yeah,
It's great.
I believe it.
One of the things that I've attended 3-day events on virtual 3-day events that, a lot of people come and a lot of material is taught. When the host will send a kind of swag bag of goodies to every participant, this would be a great way to get that done. If for anybody who's hosting an event, this would be a great way to have things sent to participants. Yeah. Wonderful way.
So I have a question for you, Eric. Do you have boxes and containers or great little gift bags in which they can send those gifts to their clients? Because I know sometimes it's not just the gift itself, but in the packaging.
Oh, I think you got something.
Marie, I'm glad you asked me that question, Marie, because I just happen to have about 6 things from you. One of the things you could do with our company is you can custom boxes.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Can everybody see?
Yep.
So
now I can show you the picture in my phone, what was in here. This was, now here's the inside. This was a bag of truffles. Here's the ribbon. Here's the package. So I like to say to people, very often, who's in a box? Well, someone with a box from our company, because you can turn the box into a greeting card. I hope I'm holding this the right way. I'm very technologically challenged. If you
because
okay,
you're doing good.
It's okay. We work with everybody.
As Clint Eastwood said at the end of the first Dirty Harry movie, a man's got to know his limitations, and I certainly know mine.
It's all good. We're here to help.
Let me just show you. Thank you, and I need a lot of it. Let me just show you what was in that box, if I may be so bold. Here we go.
Sure.
This is a bag of truffles that was sent to me.
Ooh. Are they
making me-
chocolate? Is it candy?
There's a
Truffles
big
are
truffle.
candy. Not like the kind that, hogs go and snort under trees. Not those kind
No,
of
no.
truffles.
This is no, Cheryl. This is too much candy. And
This is candy.
let's just say that I brought it to my networking group. This was before the virus hit in 2019, and I was lucky to make out with one truffle.
Make out with a truffle.
The one.
He brought one with. Wait.
I mean, I left. I didn't make out with the truffle. You know what? Truffle.
You had one left. You had one left that you could take home with, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, one left that you could take home with.
One of my friends in the group, she glommed onto 3 of them. So I said, "Do you mind saving me one, just one?" But that's okay.
No.
I
I see what you mean.
There's a lot
You
of,
made it out with one. Got it.
Chocolate doesn't last.
I made off with one truffle. I did. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I get
Oh,
that.
wonderful. I can't wait to
Yeah.
go check it out.
Yeah, it's a very great shop. Great. I
I'm
need
gonna
to see
send
if we
some
can
stuff.
add. I need to see if we can add.
Would you
food
like
to
me to
our
show
shop.
you any? Would you like me to show you any other gifts?
Yeah. What
Yes.
else do you
Would you like
have?
me to show
Do you-
you any other gifts that I've made?
Do you have any
Let's shop.
clothing?
Let's go shopping. Come on.
All right.
So price is right, so to
Here's
speak.
here's a coffee mug that a friend made for me,
Cute.
precisely because I don't drink coffee. Okay.
Oh, it's like a prescription. Is
that's
that like a prescription?
Yes, from Dr. Caffeinated.
Oh, that's funny.
And
That's funny.
This is made because I don't drink coffee. Okay. And
Yes.
here's a thermos that I made for realtors. Everything
Oh,
I
nice.
touch turns to sold.
Oh, that's
And
great.
what I want to our logo is nowhere to be found on any of our gifts. We do not brand our own stuff. This
Nice.
is a tequila. Hope I'm just right.
So this
Okay.
is yeah, that's great. So that's their logo. It's their stuff. They get to have their own thing on it.
yes.
Perfect.
Yes, they can do it.
Perfect.
I mean, I actually made that for real estate agents because I work with so many of them. And here's
That's
I'll show you another.
great slogan.
This was a very popular gift that came out a little over a year ago. This is our business case.
Cool.
Is
One
that
of
for
the still using
cards?
business cards.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes,
love it.
it opens. It's small enough to fit into a men's shirt pocket. Okay, and it opens just like a briefcase. And voila, there are your business
Oh my
cards.
gosh, that's so classy. I love that. I
Yeah,
love
and you
that
can
it's
also-
stainless.
And again,
Can you also order business cards through there?
yes, you can create your own business cards. Yep, you can do that as well.
Sweet. There you go, Cheryl.
Everything you need. I love
Would you
that.
like to see would you like to see a regular greeting card and a customized envelope?
Yes,
Sure.
Yes,
Sure.
please. Show
All
us
right.
your wares.
All right, this is myself and a couple of buddies in New York. Regular card.
Oh, great.
Oops, sorry. Here's
Oh, nice.
the outside of the card, the front of the card. Here's myself and a buddy, and it's Central Park. And here's the back of the card. You could put on there if you want. Here's another one a friend made for me. A thank you
That's a
card.
picture of Central Park on the inside cover.
Yes, well, he took his own picture. He customized the card.
Beautiful.
Couple of golden retrievers. Used to have a golden retriever, so she made me a
Aww.
card with golden. There's her message to me,
Yeah.
and there's her logo on the back. And if you want to have a little bit of fun, I know this envelope is very beat up, but you can actually customize the envelope.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
wow. Cute.
I love
Let
it.
your recipient know there's no bill inside.
Right.
What everyone
I'm not-
needs.
It's
I
safe
am
to
not a
open.
bill. I love it.
Exactly.
That's great stuff.
Exactly.
Very, very fun.
There's
Special.
no law that says you can't have fun with the mail.
Well, and you're right, and I think both of you hit the nail on the head. I think what it is we've gotten so much to the electronic age with everything being digitalized that we've lost sight of all we see are like sales ads and bills in our mailbox. Wouldn't it be nice to have a gift from somebody? I have only had a couple of people I've done business with that actually sent me something like a nice thank you note for signing up for something. And I think that's a very nice personalized touch. So, Eric, that was a very brilliantly presented information. So, and we still have a little
You
bit
know,
of time.
ju-
So
let,
do you have an example? You want examples to share
uh,
of some of the
I can
customers
show
who
you.
had succeeded?
Well, I can tell you a very sexy story
Oh,
about when customize card cut through the clutter and get business for
Okay.
a friend of mine was having an issue with a very known bank a couple of years ago, um, and he was a realtor, and it was a $200,000 short sale, and he didn't know what to do, so he Googled the CEO of this company. It's a Fortune 50 company, and he put that CEO on the card, and he put a quote from that CEO on the front. Well, and on the inside of the card, he described his issue and introduced himself and sent a card with some cookies from the catalog. A week
Oh,
later, he got a call from this CEO. And he said, "Hey, I don't eat cookies. I'm a health nut, but I get to my they think they're the best cookies. You, my friend, are a marketing genius. How can I help you?" And the net result is he made a $5,000 commission on a $200,000 because I can only imagine what this CEO's Terry did upon receiving the card. Pulled it out of the envelope, saw the guy's pick, a double take, and maybe hit the intercom and said, "I think you should take a look at this." So I've had a lot of success stories, not of that on that level, but not that sexy, but many similar success stories where people, like I said, they ignored the phone, they ignored the emails, but they did not ignore a card. It's a very inexpensive, nicely subversive way to get past the gatekeeper. And I've always held that the reason Santa Claus' front door and the back door is locked, and he's got to get to the next house. So by hook or by crook, he's got to dump off those gifts in the house. So
oh, that's cute. Hey, they make great Santa
so
gifts too. That's a good idea. So that's a good name. So, Cheryl,
it's
do
a
you have any
way
more
to
questions?
come down the chimney when you can't get past the gatekeeper. And the
Good point.
gatekeeper, if anybody doesn't know, the gatekeeper, explain who the gatekeeper is, Eric.
That's a good question. Good question.
the gatekeeper. Listen, I know I'm a dinosaur, but the gatekeeper, like when you so the gatekeepers, there to prevent you from seeing the doctor. They're the
receptionist
guard
or
dogs. I used to be in personnel, placing people in jobs, and we had to always get past. I had to think of creative ways verbally to get past. Well, like I said, the gatekeeper.
Like a
it could be the
He's not
receptionist.
in. He's not in, man.
right, whoever the receptionist is, or whoever is the one that you see before the person that you
You're
need to
meeting.
see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
The person who's there to prevent you from seeing the decision maker.
Okay, that one. That one. Let me see your boss. Let me talk to management.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Totally
great.
get that.
Correct.
Wonderful.
Correct.
So that's awesome. Any more questions, Cheryl? I think we had time for at least one or two more.
Well, I just want to say that I think it's a wonderful, wonderful idea for people to really show their appreciation to people who are working with them, to people who, even after they've signed up and, worked with you, there's the before and there's the after, both. And this could work
Well,
on
yeah,
both ways.
Cheryl, you're exactly right, because too many salespeople, and I've made the mistake myself, so I'm not preaching here, but too many salespeople make the sale and then they're on to the next. And what a lot of us forget is that if you don't take care of your customers, your competition will very happily do so. And a satisfied customer, a happy customer, will buy more, and they can be maybe your best referral source. because no one's a better salesperson of your product than a satisfied customer. And
That is so true.
so I used to go to babysitters, that the best compliment we can give you that we're hiring you again. Repeat business, in my opinion, is the best compliment, because people can spend their money in 9 zillion places. And if they choose to come back to your business, whatever that business is, that means they trust you. So you can't take that trust for granted.
Exactly. So true. So true. And everybody likes to be made to feel special, to know that they are special, that they matter, that they count, that your relationship means something. And this is really a wonderful
no one
way
wants to feel like a number.
Yeah,
we don't want to feel like a number.
Yeah,
Don't want to feel.
I think you both hit on the nail on the head there too, because developing that know, like, and trust factor, you really do need to take that time to really get to know and build that authentic relationship. And what a perfect way to introduce yourself is to give them something homemade that you made through your website, and also personalize it so that you really can think of them and focus on them. I think those were all brilliant tips from today's topics. So, do you have one more? I think we have time for you to sit there. And actually, we've got 5 more minutes left. Oh my gosh, can't believe it. 4 more minutes left. So, let's first give everybody your shop, because you have the name of your shop, the little website that you wanted to share with your link, because you wanted to share that with everybody again, right? The mailbox power.
Yeah, may I know this may be very nervy of me, but can I share my phone number? Is that allowed? I know I'm putting you guys on the spot. Is that
absolutely? Whatever you want to share is.
All right,
you make the calls in the night.
My phone number. That's okay. I don't mind. I have a very boring life. It's okay. My phone number is 201-450-0506. 201-450-0506. I'm in Northeast New Jersey, Eastern Time Zone. So once again, I feel like an infomercial. 201-450-0506, and my website is mailboxpower.com/SG3TVY. I still have to eat, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't want to go send this boy to camp.
We don't want
Eric to pay the bills. So.
We don't want Eric to starve. And why would somebody call? Let's just say somebody would call you to discuss what they want to do, to figure out.
If they have questions, if they feel that I haven't done a good enough job of explaining what I do, I could, if they want to enroll, it's pretty easy, but I walk most people through it. It takes about 45, 60 seconds. Pretty easy. You asked me what I like to do. One of my other hints. I jokingly tell people, it's not much of a stretch, I try to dumb things down to the lowest common denominator, of which I claim to be the president and founder of that club. I think too many people have too much stress in their life, and people like simplicity. Generally speaking, if you give people too many choices, they make no choices. A confused mind gets paralyzed. So I like to really simplify things, and yes, and this is a very simple thing. It is fun. It's cards and gifts. I mean, how can you go wrong? I mean, you could do a lot more. You could actually build targeted mailing lists through our platform. It's truly an extraordinary service. You get unlimited postcards with 50 free greeting cards every month.
And that's one of the reasons why I actually decided to work with you. Sure, Eric, that was the reason why I decided to work with you.
You did.
Mm-hmm. So.
Well, it's fun. We get creative on our end, us putting it together. We get to flex our creative muscle, and you make somebody feel special. They get a special gift. It's a wonderful thing. You're going to stand out, and everybody's happy all around. I mean, it's really sharing joy. It's
pretty
like
much
sharing joy.
And that's a good thing. Is that correct, Eric? You're sharing joy.
We've made it very easy for you to look like $1 million to whoever. But one thing I do want to stress, it doesn't just. I spoke to a gentleman earlier today who's got a very large family, 6 children, and they range in from 2 years old to 19 years old. I said, just because we're talking doesn't mean you can't use this for personal reasons like birthday invitations, sweet 16s, confirmations, Christmas, holiday, Father's Day. It's
wedding.
So it can be used for a myriad of things. Anything.
Great.
It's
Perfect.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's a lot of fun. And
we can tell you're very passionate about it too, which is awesome. But we actually have to go to commercial break. We believe it's the end of the show. So I really want to thank Eric Ganz for being sharing some valuable tips and helping us audience
Fun
with
stuff.
making sure that we retain our customers and showing appreciation to others and making them smile. So and basically we are on the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show, and we want to say thank you so much for being here and getting new business without that's not even on the script for this week. Sorry. I need to remember to double check my wording. So anyway, but definitely make sure that you check out mailboxpower.com/SG3TVY. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And
it's on the
201-450-0506. And thank you. Listen to both. Thank you very much for inviting me. Marie, thank you for inviting me. Cheryl, thank me.
Wonderful to have you, Eric.
Fun. So I thank you.
It is our pleasure.
I'm going to go shopping. I'm going shopping.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm going to go make some brownies too. So anyway, you can.
If you have any questions, you have my number.
I have you. 201-450-0506.
Brilliant.
Operators are standing by.
You all are too funny. Okay, but we really do have to go to commercial break. So you can also grab all your links on the radio page at W4CY.com and look for Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show and check out the station there. And you will also be glad that you took advantage of those gifts, because those are some great. Who knew we can actually automate sending thank you cards, holiday cards, birthday cards. Oh my gosh, you name
everything.
Yeah, automate your life. So anyway, all the links will be on our radio page. And Cheryl, would you like to close us out?
I would love to. And we're going to have another wonderful guest speaker. I thank Eric Ganz for being with us today and all his wonderful things. So come with us next week for next week's show, and we'll provide more tips on how to set up your business for success. So join us again for our next episode for tips, ideas, and how-tos to make your marketing and your mindset work for you. Join us every Thursday live at 6 p.m. Eastern right here on W4CY Radio. And until then, this is Cheryl Bernstein with your host, Marie Mason, saying bye for now from Marketing Mindset Mastery. And this ends this week's show.
Have a great week.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Eric.
Go to our radio page and check out the gifts from our speakers. We'll see you next time on Marketing Mindset Mastery with your host, Marie Mason.